an organisation that continues to, has always, supported injustices and stood up for injustices and represents a number of individuals that found themselves in a similar predicament, caged prisoners. I would like to ask Brother Sagir to address this audience and give us some of his thoughts. Sagir.
Assalamu alaikum. Most of you will know Gordon Zaid Ahmed Method response to giving you most of the facts here, so I won't repeat any of the facts that have already been mentioned. And I don't want to take over for Sister One, she will have a few words to say herself. I do want to what I want to hear is that where we go from here. Inshallah, I feel that we won the moral victory as far as Dr. Afia is concerned. We have not only got the whole of Pakistan public opinion on our side. Myself and Sister One, we were on a tour of America a few months ago, where we toured about 6 or 7 states in about 10 days. And I was amazed, it was my first ever trip to America, I was amazed at the level of disquiet and anger that the American people had towards their own government as to the way they treated an individual. Not just somebody whose children are American citizens, but simply another human being, no matter from which country they were. So let's, including myself, let's not be fooled to feel that in America we have no hope. We have lots of hope. And we just have to continue to appeal to the people of America that have a look, hold their government more to account as to what's happening. Which leads me to the next question. The next point is, why is Dr. Afia Siddiqui more than just a Pakistani case? Now, the reason why Dr. Afia Siddiqui is more than just a Pakistani case is because we had the whole world, especially since 9/11, turned into a sort of war on terror. The whole world's been involved. Every other country's got some new terrorism legislation. Every other country has been using the George Bush and Tony Blair model to deal with this opposition. Anybody who dissents from Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Algeria, Africa, South America, India, you know yourself how many people have been using the principles of war and terror in order to deal with people who he doesn't like. And what the Dr. Afia Siddiqui situation shows is that here we have an innocent individual whose only crime, if I may say, is that she's never been quiet about injustice. And during the 90s, she was always vocal when it came to Bosnia, when it came to other issues. She would never be quiet. These are the kind of principles that people like her, who may have grown up in America, people like myself, who have grown up here, other people here, we have been led to believe that this is the fundamental principles of any human being, any religion. There's nothing wrong with fighting for justice, arguing for justice. This is what she's done. Now, I know, because we've been heavily involved in this case since 2003, since the day she disappeared, there was no evidence of any wrongdoing. In fact, there wasn't any allegation of any wrongdoing. So that's why we always say, look, we're not going to say somebody's innocent. All we want at cage prisoners ask for people to have their due process. Put them before a court of law, put the evidence against them, let the court, the jury, and the public opinion decide. Now, we've had at the back here, we've got Brother Omar Deguez, he was at Guantanamo. We fought for him, we have Brother Wazir, who is now our spokesperson. None of them, we said, look, we don't care. You know, we think they're innocent, but we'll accept any evidence you have against them, just put it to a court of law. With Omar, with Muazzam, with many, many others, of course, there was no evidence. It was all a sham. There were other politics going on. They had to be released. With Dr. Afia Siddiqui, of course, the issue was far more complicated. Because what has happened is that the Pakistani government, the Pakistani military, has compromised its sovereignty for a friend. And what has it been doing for that friend? It has, according to Musharraf's own admission, handed over people to that friend and in return taken money from them. And as Sister One really said at that press conference at Imran Khan's office in Islamabad, she said there was a time in Islamic history when Islamic leaders used to raise armies to protect the honor of a woman. Yet here we have the leader of the most powerful Muslim army in the world admitting with pride that we gave our people, we gave our sister to Americans and we receive money for it. That's why this issue is now so important. And now what's happened in America, I simply share the opinion of Dr. Afia, mother, who said this is actually a victory for us. It's a victory because it has shown no fingerprints, no evidence, nothing whatsoever. Yet, when the judge said to the jury, you have an option of believing this woman, or you have an option of believing that 7 or 8 members of the American establishment are lying. That's what's impossible for the jury to accept. That is why they found her guilty. That is what exposed the American judicial system. I am confident that the Americans, inshallah, are desperately looking for a way out. And the final note, the way out for the Americans is this, is show to the people of Pakistan, show some goodwill and say, look, we have done something wrong here, here's a way out, she's been found guilty, but we'll give her back to you in Pakistan. That can happen, and that will happen, because no matter what the wishes, what the collusion played by the Pakistani military or the Pakistani government may be, the Pakistani people will not rest. And because they won't rest, I am confident, inshallah, that Dr. Afia will be in Pakistan soon.
Just to let you know that Elena Cohen is here from Khalid Mahmood's office, and Yasser at the back is here from Mohammed Sarwar's office. I'm sure that they have other things because this was a very short notice, but thank you for representing both my colleagues.
Thank you very much, Brother Sagir from Cage Prisoners, who do very meaningful work in this regard.